beautiful. How are you? This is Ishia from Bali right now. I thought we would do something fun today. Instead of me preparing content, I thought I would use the cards, the Gaia cards, and I've been playing with them all morning to get them nice and connected to our intentions. And pick a card, and we'll riff off this a little bit, and we'll bring it into some embodiment practice. So you're going to see me in my intuitive genius, just riffing off what is. The reason I want to do this is I also want to remind you and remind all of us that we can find brilliance in every moment, and preparing and writing and creating content is important, and it's important that we make time for that and solidify things. But I also want to be the cheerleader for intuitive genius, that it comes through when we need it. It can come through when we just say yes, when we ask a question, and that we don't have to overpack all the books, all the stuff. We can be have faith. We can be in trust and faith that whenever we tap in, it will be there. The library of support, of wisdom will be there. And so let's see how this goes. So these are the Gaia cards, and they're pretty worn out because I work with them a lot and they're traveling with me. It's not it's not tarot, which I love the tarot, but I left them at home for the vacation, for my trip, and now I'm still here. So we're still with the oracle cards. So what oracle cards are, you think about having this vast library of wisdom, cellular wisdom, wisdom from your experiences, from things you've learned, from your career, from schooling. It's a lot. So what I love about oracle cards is that you can choose one, and everything we touch, say, think, has an energetic and an attractive force field. So when we pick one of these, it's connected to that. So somehow it's showing us, reminding us, it's mirroring to us something that's highlighted. And so when you pick an oracle card, it just helps you to remember something you already know, something that your body frequency is in, but maybe your conscious mind hasn't considered yet. So it creates a harmonizing, I believe. This is how I work with them. It creates the harmonizing. So when you would pick a card, it's like, wow, how did it know? Well, it's working with the energetics and the law of attraction. It's working with the field, the resonant field around us, in us. And it's actually just mirroring something that's right here. And so it's just helping us translate our energy. So that's pretty cool, right? So let's you and me get connected. So this card reflects not just me and my energy, but you too. And then we will create an embodiment exercise. Now the embodiment exercises help to strengthen the body, the mind, the heart. And when we get the information from here, we will know what our body's desiring to open or to heal or to experience in the body, to strengthen us today, to open us a little more into our true path, into our true selves today. And I love working with the body and embodiment because these practices help us to weave, the energy and the physical side of ourselves, our mind, our spirit. It's an integration tool. It's a way of living that's integrated. And that's why we talk about embodiment a lot. This is this word, embodied life, embodied wholeness, embodied woman, embodied practice, embodied dance. And you see this a lot in the healing world, because embodiment helps us to integrate the full spectrum. And now on the planet, we are learning more than ever to be in our wholeness, to infuse the body with our intention, and to fill up our energy bodies, and to work with our mind as a powerful manifesting tool. We're learning so much that gratitude creates a vibrational field that brings all of our intentions in, and that positive connection and positive mind creates a higher intelligence, a certain positive intelligence that helps us to learn and connect more easily. So we're in exciting times, even though there's some really hard stuff going on and lots of chaos. There's also a layer of evolution, personal evolution, human evolution, global evolution with the animals and human connection, the earth and human connection, that is unfolding in really magical ways. The work I do with shamanism, with healing, with embodiment, really embraces the fullness of all of this. And so if you need support integrating, if you need support hearing the deeper messages from your inner self, from the earth, from the animals, to support having a different experience in your life. If you're like, wow, I'm stuck, I'm lonely, I'm yada, 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 and I want to be more of this, then this is what we can do. And these oracle cards are just a tool. So, put your hands up with me. Let's get that spongy energy, you know, the kind that's like, it's almost like taffy, you're like, woo. So feel my hands, put your hands up with mine, and just start to move them very gently, just back and forth toward the screen. Yeah. And your heart and mind's intention to feel my energy and to feel yours will start to activate the flow from your heart into your hands. And it'll start to receive mine, and I'll receive yours. So remember, there's no time and space with energy. You know, so you can be watching this at any time in the future, and I'm sending my energy to that place where you are, and you're sending yours back to this, and we connect. So you can feel this, yes? Good. Now, bring it in. It's so incredible. I can feel you all the way back here from the past. And this is why time travel will be relevant someday and possible. Because I can feel you right now. And I haven't even met you. Oh, and I haven't had breakfast. I love that man, Frank's, what is it? Frank? Fred. Mr. Smart. Can I get a hello? And we ain't even had breakfast yet. I love that guy. I think it's Frank Smart. Okay, you feel that energy. Now just hold it here with yourself. I'm gonna hold it, and I'm gonna bring you and me into the cards. Woo. Let them swim around in our energy. Let's see what kind of integration and message we need today with our mind and body. And how I do this, I spread them and then I feel them. And I notice where I feel that vibrational match where it just goes chunk. Yeah, there it is. The hidden gift. A sadness, an ending, a new beginning. This is very interesting because we're just on the outskirts of new moon. New moons, sometimes because the energy is low, can feel like a sadness. It's definitely an ending because we are planting seeds for a new beginning. So this is a perfect card. And let me get a sense of what we are going to do to honor this deep feeling, this sadness. So you have a little sadness. To feel sadness doesn't mean that everything's bad. It doesn't mean grief or sadness doesn't mean you can't be happy. I learned this very deeply when my father died. And I would be surprised when I was so deeply grieving and so sad that I could go out and laugh and have fun with friends. And sometimes I even felt guilty, like, wow, I shouldn't be happy. My father died. And then I got the redirect. Of course, my father wants me to be happy. Of course, he doesn't want me to be alone and sad sitting at home. So, of course, I'm going to be sad. But there are times when I can go out and celebrate him, and then there'll be a wave of sadness, and I can go and rest and be alone and be with that sadness. So we can be sad and grieve and still open our hearts and feel the beauty of life. So I wanted to name that as a wisdom that's coming through here. An ending. So what's the wisdom of endings? This picture is not just a man. There's actual wings. He's an angel. I believe he's probably Raphael, or one of the archangels, maybe Michael. And the reason I'm saying that is because endings for our human selves can be hard. Ending of a life, ending of a life cycle, definitely moving from maiden to queen, to mother cycles can be hard sometimes. I definitely am letting go a lot of my a lot of my life aspects from my maidenhood, and she's always in there. These different aspects of ourselves are always in there, but there's an ending sometimes. There's an ending to honor. As we come into new life cycles, whether you're a man or a woman, we sometimes have to say goodbye and embrace what was, to allow it to end, and then embrace what's coming. And conscious endings and new beginnings is called a rite of passage. And many agricultural and indigenous land-based communities, intact communities, have rites of passage woven in. So for instance, like children becoming adolescents, there's usually a rite of passage there. It's a pause to honor the ending of childhood and the beginning of adolescence, of young adulthood. Weddings, the end of being single and this life with your family into starting your own family, and this time of new beginnings with your husband, with creating a new life together. So these are rites of passage, and it's actually a big part of what I do with people. Often people come to me when they're at a crossroads and they're looking for something else. They're like, what do I do now? Who am I now? Or they're very grief-stricken and they've had a lot of painful experiences, and they're in the underworld. Like, how do I become myself again? How do I find happiness again? That can be a rite of passage. So the rite of passages sometimes can come in creating a ritual that I create with you and for you and hand off to you, or sometimes I get called in to actually facilitate a ritual, or it looks like six coaching sessions in 3 months, and we just give you this time to gestate and learn and grow and integrate and set up a new beginning. And that's kind of like the modern rite of passage that we do as healers, as guides, as coaches. So one of the ways I work with endings and new beginnings is working with the new moons. When the moon turns into the cycle, the phase of new moon, the dark moon, we do rituals of letting go and new beginnings. And so we plant seeds, we set intention in our mind for the new beginning. So new beginnings can happen when we're willing to let go and push the restart button. So I'm going to show you, let's come over here into the studio, and let's do an honoring, since it's grief, it's sadness, endings and new beginnings. Let's do a movement practice that honors the embodiment of sadness and the endings, and how do we walk into our new beginning. So let's set this up where it's a posturing, walking as the sadness. How does sadness walk? And then how does sadness metamorphosize and transform into the new beginning? So 3-step embodiment. And I'm going to do it with you, but stand up and do it with me. And let's discover what it feels like to move from sadness of the ending and how we step into a new beginning. When you just have the intention to experience that in your body, your body teaches you something. You learn something. Just like the cards are showing us something, your body's going to show you something when we stop to do embodiment. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to walk you over to, here we go. So I can put you up a little higher. beauty. Let's do this together. Standing. And this is what embodiment teaching is. It's using the body to connect with these ideas in order to listen to an intelligence that's not mental. It's from the body, but it may come as a message in the mind. Make sense? So here we are. Just come into what it feels like to be sad. Where's your sadness? What are you sad about? We don't need to name it. We just need to feel it in the body. Perhaps it's revealed what you are sad about. But if it doesn't, just come into embody, create the shape of your grief. You might be having a very fun, playful day, and you're like, I don't feel sad. Go in anyway, because there's something to be sad about, and there's a reason you stumbled upon this. So there might be something in you, some sadness that just wants a little attention, that wants some clearing, that wants to feel so it can be released. Okay, so you don't have to go into a deep sadness, but just touch in on it if you're feeling happy. And just move with it for a few moments. Just move with the sadness. Draw the breath right into where the sadness might live in the body. If you just had a parent die, or a dog or an animal friend die, just go into the heart. The heart's protecting itself. It's curling in. And now we just let the body know, we let the mind know that this is an ending. And notice how the body shapes to step into a powerful ending. So we move from sadness to acknowledging something's ending. How do you stand? How do you experience your body as the ending? I notice I get a little more present out of my grief, out of my sadness, when I hear the word ending. It's like I want to be present for it. Just notice what's happening in your body and your awareness when you try to shape and embody ending. And now, love, we're going to step into, make sure you have a path, a longer path. We're going to walk down the hallway of your new beginning. So let yourself slowly step toward the new beginning. Feel the grief behind you, the ending, a threshold. Step over it into this new beginning. Start to embody and open to this idea of new beginning. And notice what your body, wisdom has to say and show you. Embody this new beginning. Walking with new beginning. What happens? Notice what's happening in your body. Where does your head go? Does it rise? Does it fall? Does it tilt? What's happening with your breath? What new beginning do you want to say yes to right now? Let's find a word. Words are doorways. Words are energy. Words are intentions. What is the word of this new beginning? or words. It might be a couple of words. Beautiful. Well, do you have your new beginning? How did that feel? Take one last shape, just a shape, just a shape. That's the shape of this word. Let this word, this shape, unite. And when we have that, we get to, this is my friend, we have a doorway, a remembering, just like those cards. This shape is like your oracle card. It's going to remind you of this new beginning forevermore. Take that shape, breathe into it, remember it, draw it, see it, be it. This is a little mini rite of passage, linking neural pathways to consciousness, to embodiment, experimenting with our awareness and setting the power of manifestation awake and alive and powerful in our lives. This is what the practice of embodiment, of shamanic embodiment, like we did with the cards, setting intention, can be. This is a tool for you in your life. You can do it yourself or with a guide, like myself, many of us. Whatever you do, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the process of being human. All the emotions, how they live in your body, how they inform the next step. You're powerful. And you're here to have an amazing journey. And it doesn't feel that way right now. It can turn in an instant. Not just from this day forward, but shifting the perception of the everyday you have lived, your past. Change it all. Change your mind, change your body, change the integration of it all. Why not? All right, beauty. I will see you soon. Thanks for watching. And if you would, I'd love to see you again. Push the subscribe, little thumbs up if you liked it. Little love. Doesn't hurt anybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.